Look at this chart. We're seeing a stagnant line representing median household income, sitting right next to an exponentially rising bar that tracks the total U.S. credit card debt, which has now crossed $1.14 trillion. Right now, a staggering 64% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. This math translates directly into human suffering. Marriages are dissolving over unpaid bills. Parents are skipping meals so their children can eat. Good, hardworking people are lying awake at 3 in the morning, staring at the ceiling, realizing the numbers do not add up. But consider this. What if the ultimate wealth-building blueprint is not hidden somewhere on Wall Street? What if it isn't filed away in a high-end financial advisor's office? The greatest financial guide ever written has been sitting quietly on nightstands for over 2,000 years. Yet most people have never once read it as a financial document. To go from financial anxiety to lasting abundance, we have to stop relying on the world's failing economic models. We have to apply the ancient, proven logic of God's complete financial plan. Step 1 is the principle of stewardship. In Haggai 2:8, God declares, "The silver is mine and the gold is mine." He is the absolute owner of all wealth. Every dollar in your checking account, every bit of equity in your home belongs to Him. You are simply a portfolio manager for His assets. Look at Mark and Linda, a couple making $65,000 a year. They used to bleed cash on eating out and impulse buys. Once they adopted a stewardship mindset, they began tracking every penny like a business owner reviewing a ledger. In 1 year, they located an extra $6,000 they didn't even know they had, hiding entirely in small, thoughtless purchases. Step 2 is the attack on debt. Proverbs 22:7 warns that the borrower is slave to the lender. 24% interest on a credit card balance is absolute spiritual slavery to the lender. You are working for Chase or Bank of America before you are working for your own family. This animated pyramid illustrates how you break out. We call this the debt snowball method. Instead of attacking the highest interest rate first, you target your smallest debt balance at the base of the pyramid and throw every spare dollar at it until it's gone. Sarah, a single mom, used this exact method. She started with a $500 medical bill. Wiping that out built immediate psychological momentum. She rolled that freed up cash into the next smallest balance, and within 3 years, she cleared $23,000 of student loans and credit cards. God cannot use you fully as a financial blessing to others when everything you earn is already claimed by a bank. Viewing money as God's asset requires us to aggressively sever the spiritual ties to consumer debt. Step 3 introduces the wisdom of margins. Proverbs 21:20 says, "The wise store up choice food and olive oil, but fools gulp theirs down." Without a margin, a flat tire or a broken water heater becomes a devastating emergency. James used to put every unexpected expense on credit. Then he automated a $100 weekly transfer into a high-yield savings account. 6 months later, his car transmission blew, and he paid the $2,000 bill in cash with zero stress. Building a $1,000 emergency fund is an act of wisdom that honors the God who told us to plan ahead. Once you have a margin, you reach step 4, the law of multiplication. In Matthew 25, Jesus explicitly condemns burying your resources and doing nothing productive with them. Investing is biblical obedience. This chart shows the power of uninterrupted compound growth. Marcus, an ordinary guy, put 10% of his income into an S&P 500 index fund every month starting at age 25. He didn't chase hot stock tips, he simply stayed consistent. By age 50, his portfolio crossed the $1.2 million mark, the mathematical result of 300 consecutive months of discipline. He didn't get lucky. Intentional preparation for emergencies, combined with the patient multiplication of your resources, are the mandates for responsible biblical stewardship. Step 5 is the cycle of abundance, and it contradicts the world's logic entirely. Luke 6:38 commands, "Give, and it will be given to you." Think about your hand. A tightly closed fist can hold on to what it has, but it cannot receive anything new. The Miller family faced a terrifying situation. A sudden layoff wiped out half their income. Their choice to keep giving wasn't a common financial strategy. It was a decision to trust God over their bank balance during a devastating job loss. Within 6 weeks, Michael received a new job offer with a $20,000 annual pay increase. In that same week, an unexpected check from a forgotten escrow account arrived in the mail, covering their missed bills. When you give in faith, the provisions often follow in ways that logic cannot explain. Giving unconditionally shatters the spirit of greed. It signals to the enemy that money does not own you, and it positions you to participate in God's abundance. In 2008, Michael lost everything. He was a construction worker buried under $60,000 in consumer debt, and his home was foreclosed on. He sat alone in his pickup truck one night, weeping under the absolute weight of financial shame. In that truck, he reached over and opened his Bible to the book of Proverbs. As he read, he realized his entire life had been dictated by the world's metrics. He had been handling money impulsively, letting fear and greed take turns in the driver's seat. Michael surrendered his finances that night, and it was a marathon. It took 7 years of working extra hours on weekends, driving an old truck while his coworkers bought new ones, and saying no to vacations so he could pour every extra dollar into debt payments and savings. Reversing a lifetime of bad financial habits does not happen overnight. It is a long journey of sustained obedience. But look at the harvest. Today, Michael owns his contracting business free and clear. He has zero debt. He paid his mortgage off 6 years early. His marriage is restored, and he fully funds a local orphanage every single month. God did not create you to spend your best years exhausted trying to keep up with minimum payments. We are not meant to be enslaved by the world's debt model. If you are ready to walk away from this weight today, plant a stake in the ground. Go to the comments right now and declare, "I am debt-free and walking in God's abundance." Speak it by faith and commit to the path. Financial freedom is the byproduct of spiritual obedience. We are called to be the lenders, not the borrowers. Share this video today with someone drowning in financial anxiety, and hit subscribe so you don't miss the tool.